Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Hunter Tuned. I got a haircut, but we are at Great Lakes Dragaway. Me, Ryan, and the blue Mustang we just tuned in one of the last videos. We are all down here today, and we're hopefully gonna go fast and have some fun. So, you know, this Mustang right here actually just made 700 wheel on the dyno. Mine I haven't really touched since the last time we went out to Wisconsin International Raceway. Couldn't get the car really hooked up that well. Recently had talked to Viking Shocks. I actually talked to one of the guys that owns the company, and he told me that he actually suggests that I try more rebound on the shocks. So that's what I'm gonna try today. I have my shock settings wrote down. We're gonna start fresh with more rebound in the car than compression. Just because this is a stock bar angle car, it might help. I don't know, might not, we'll find out. If anything, we'll put some more compression in it to give it some more bite. The compression's gonna be a little low for starting, but I'm kind of lost with shock stuff, obviously, and we're just kind of winging it. Hopefully, I want to go 1/260 foot. That's my goal, but we'll see if it happens. Ryan, do you have any goals for today?
Drive it back on the trailer.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, all right. He really actually wants to go 8s, but we'll see. He's got to get the jitters out of him. Busy day here, Great Lakes Dragaway. There's guys drifting over there, but
if I talk about it, then it'll be bad.
I know, right? You'll jinx yourself. But yeah, see you up there, guys. We've been in line for a long time. There's been a lot of cars that oiled down the track, but we're up next. We have been doing so much waiting around. I get it, but it just sucks because sitting around waiting to race isn't fun. decent. I don't know how fast it went, but it felt pretty good. It didn't spin. I'm just so used to this thing now, it don't even feel fast. Let's hope Ryan goes down and through. I'm watching him come down the track right now. He went. I'm watching it in my rear view. 9-0. We'll see what the old Chevstang did here. .891, 155, 570, 143 60 foot. Could have took more on the hit, but we'll try her again. Guys, let's see if it sticks. I turned it up a little bit out of the hole and I put a sandbag in the trunk. I'm gonna see if that helps. The track is sketchy though. I hit a slick spot. Woo! That bitch was riding. Whoa! I felt the tire come back down onto the track. Yes! I got a wheelie, I guarantee it. Oh, fuck yeah. That was a pass, motherfucker. Woo! I felt the tires come back down onto the track. I've never felt that before. Woo! Hell yeah! Fuck yeah! It fucking wheelied and came down. I can't believe 6 hours, I've made 2 passes. There's been 100 cars that have oiled down the track, not made good passes, but that was worth it. That was 100,000% worth waiting. Woo! Let's see what it actually 60-footed. That was rolling though. That was rolling. And I pedaled it up top because the rear end got loose. I felt it get loose. And I'm like, nope, not fucking hitting the wall today, boy. But that bitch wheelied. Come on. $560 to the 8th, 877. Hell yeah! I'll show you guys a slip in a second. That was the fastest 60-foot it's ever done. 130. Not quite a 1.2, but it's right there. It's right there. That was fucking rolling. That was fucking rolling. And that was wheelie territory. Alright guys, so we just got back from Great Lakes Dragaway, and I hadn't looked at the data log from the last run that went 870. We didn't really get a lot of good outside footage of the car because there was a lot of people kind of crowding the starting line, and my girlfriend couldn't get up to the starting line fast enough in order to get a good clip of the car in the front, which sucks. It's just kind of how it goes, I guess, when you have a good pass where the front end actually comes up in the air and everything works how you want it to. Sometimes the footage just isn't there. So I mean, I guess we just got to try again so we can get the footage of it, right? But there is a couple places, there is a couple guys that actually got some footage of the car that I'm hopefully going to get in contact with. I think they just got some pictures of it, but still, a picture can just tell 100 stories, right? So anyways, the last pass of the car, we only got 2 runs today. We were there for about 6 hours at the track. It was really busy. It's been raining for like the last week straight, and you know, today was finally like the first nice day in quite a while. So everybody was anxious, obviously, to get to the track and go racing. So there was a lot of people there, and there was a lot of breakdowns. There was a lot of guys oiling the track down, so there was a lot of like, you know, half hour here to clean the track, half hour there to clean the track. I think there was probably like 5 or 6 cleanups while we were there, which, you know, it's just all part of the game. You know, no need to get upset about it. There's just guys out there trying to race, trying to have fun, and trying to go fast, and it's just part of the game when you break shit. So I ain't mad at people oiling the track down. I mean, I've been there a time or two. It's just, you know, kind of one of them things that it's annoying when you're the next guy up and you want to go make a pass right after that, which ended up being, I think I was the second car up after an oil down. And if you guys saw in the footage of the in-car, you could probably see that I lifted off the gas at the top end of the track, because when I was going on the track, I was staring at the you know, race surface, the track surface, and I did see that there was like a glossy you know, portion of the track, and right when I hit that glossy spot, the car just kind of felt off. So I got out of it, and then I'm like, fuck, I'm almost to the finish line. Why did I get out of it? So I stabbed it again for some stupid reason. But still, that's why it didn't mile an hour big out the back. Probably would have went 157 or so out the back door. But I did pedal it at the end of the pass. And you can see here, this is actually my data log that I pulled up from the last run. So this is the personal best 60 foot the car has ever done. And it launched on, I set the launch RPM limiter at 3950. So it was bobbing between like 3800, 3917. Just kind of bobbing back and forth, making a little bit of boost. And you guys can see the longer I sit on the brake. So I sat on the trans brake on the actual 2-step for about a second and a half before I let go. It was actually almost 2 full seconds I sat on the brake, and right when I let go of it, the car was making about 7.5 pounds of boost. I had 27 degrees of ignition in it. I let go of the trans brake, the car came up, and it was riding, dude. This was probably the most fun pass I've ever done in the car. You know, it made 26 pounds of boost in first gear, about a second and a half into the run. And then right here where you can see this little RPM blop, you know, it kind of does a little doo-doo right here. That's when the front end of the car came down and actually met the track surface. So when I was in the car, I was super stoked when I felt the front end actually contact the concrete again, because that just tells me, okay, the front end was in the air. The front end was definitely in the air. So on the log here, you can see right when the front end touched down was at about a little after 18 seconds, and we launched the car right at about 16.5 seconds. So the front end was in the air for about a second and a half, and boy, let me tell you what, that second and a half just felt amazing. So it was cool. It was really cool. I've never actually felt the front end come up and stay up like that. So I'm hoping we can get back down to Union Grove this year yet and do even more changes to the car. I did add some weight to the rear of the car to try to help it 60 foot. The first pass, I went kind of easy on it because I had a brand new shock change in the car, and I left the shock change in it all day, and it seemed to work out really well. So I had a lot of rebound in the shock in the rear, and I didn't have a lot of compression, and I'm on a drag radial, and it seemed to work pretty good. It's actually what Viking told me to try, and I'm very glad they did because it seemed to work out pretty well. The front end I did have at 7 clicks out of 10, so it was not fully tight. If I had the front end tighter, it probably wouldn't have came up the front end probably wouldn't have come up off the ground as easily, and it would not have came down so fast. And when the front end did come down back onto the concrete, the steering wheel kind of did a shimmy, like something in the bump steer kit or alignment or something like that. I don't know exactly what happened, but the front end contacted the concrete again, and my steering wheel kind of did a little shimmy. So that was really cool to experience. And I mean, guys, this thing's just, what an animal. I'll show you the time slip here. I was actually watching a John Dock YouTube video of him talking about, he's building an SM95 Mustang, and they actually took the rear lower control arms, and they, you can relocate the lower arms lower onto the rear end, and it will actually help the car have more anti-squat. So what that means is the car is going to separate from the tire, the body's going to separate from the tire, allowing the tire to contact the pavement harder when you have more anti-squat in it. So I was thinking about maybe doing a bar change and lowering the lower control arms in the back, the mounting location. But after today and adding, literally I added 45 pounds of sand. So I went to Menards and I got a couple sandbags, and I put one of them in the driver rear corner. I didn't put more than one in it. I probably could have put 2 in it and really put some launch into this thing to see how it would 60 foot. But even just one bag of sand and the shock settings the way I had them seemed to work out really well. So this car does have the battery located on the passenger side rear. So I figured, well, just an educated guess, I'll throw sand on the driver's side because there is already weight on the passenger side rear. And then I have my fuel cell directly in the center. So I had the fuel cell completely full of fuel, and I had the one sandbag on the driver's side, and then the batteries obviously on the passenger side. And I also was following slick cars. So I made sure when I was at the track, I just said, hey man, just line me up right behind a car that has a drag slick, and I don't care what what car it is or whatever. And Freddie, one of the owners down at Great Lakes Dragaway, lined me up behind China White too. He's actually a street racer down in Milwaukee, and that's the car's name. It's called China White, so that's kind of funny. But he he did a huge burnout before his pass, and he dragged his burnout past the 60 foot and then backed up into it, and then I lined up right in his groove, and the car just stuck like no other. So I'm honestly wishing I would have launched the car on more RPM, now knowing that it took what it took. It can probably take a little bit more on the leave if I was in the same situation on track conditions again. So we're hopefully going to be able to try that out again. We'll probably run the car up at WIR as well, maybe coming this week, and run it on the drag slicks again and try to dial it in on slicks once more, see what that does. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. The car just seems to work so awesome, and it's just been a great car. I'm really proud of what I built now. It's not the prettiest thing, but I mean, it's kind of a hacked together pile of shit, and it's going 8s effortlessly pretty much every pass. I've had this motor together for a little while now, and it's still proving itself time and time again, and we're just going to keep sending it. It's still on the next gen 7875 turbo from huntertune.com, and that turbo is just doing work. It's doing really well. I do have a kind of aggressive tune-up in it timing wise, but it is working out well, and I can't wait to see if we can maybe push this turbo a little bit farther. It is showing a little bit of weakness in the back pressure department, because on my runs, the last run I did, I actually set the boost controller to run more duty cycle at high RPM, like 6,500 and above. I set the controller at a higher duty cycle there, and it still is falling off boost wise at high RPM. So if you see here, right on the gear change, I'm running 28 pounds of boost, and then as the run increases, the boost falls off to about 26 and a half pounds. So I was maintaining about 27 pounds of boost most of the run, most of the gear, but like I said, the turbo might be a little bit on the, on edge right now, but we're gonna keep sending it. I'm also on the edge of my 3-bar map sensor. I mean, like I said, I spiked 28 pounds of boost. My map sensor can only read 30. So stock bottom end 4.8, just doing work, and I can't wait to see, honestly, if we can have a level like 30 pounds of boost or 32 pounds of boost with this turbo and go 840, 850. I mean, honestly, it's probably got a 50 in it right now with just a little bit more 60 foot, but I can't believe it. Like, I wanted to go 8s this year, and I've been going 8s pretty much all year. It's been awesome. This car's been multiple 8-second passes, and today was another personal best, and the car went its best 60 foot 130, almost my 1.2. I wanted to go a 1.2 60 foot. That was my goal, but I'll deal with a 130 and carry on the tire. That was awesome. So anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully the footage that we did get was enough. Like I said, it's just me and my girlfriend down there and Ryan, so we didn't really have a lot of people to film or help out with filming. So hopefully we can get some more footage of the car and show you more of it later. But anyways, thanks for watching the video. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. We'll see you later.